Hi, my name is Gabby, and we are going to be doing a 15-minute full body mat Pilates workout. So we're going to go ahead and get started, laying all the way flat, feet hip width distance apart, feet under the knees, arms come down by your side, press your palms into the earth, take an inhale. Exhale, tuck and roll your pelvis all the way up into this neutral position. Try to take all of the energy out of your quads, out of your glutes. Let's redirect it into the lower abdominals, into those hamstrings. Take an inhale. And exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way down onto the earth. Inhale here, stay in your neutral spine. Exhale, tuck and roll. Really use your core to articulate yourself all the way up. This time, let's redirect our energy in towards our triceps. Really open through that chest as you press your palms into the earth. Take an inhale. And exhale, tuck and roll yourself all the way down. Really using your breath to power the spinal articulation. Using your breath to power this oiling up through the spine. We'll do a few more to warm up. Take an inhale at the top. And exhale, tuck and roll. Really try to feel like you're pulling your spine apart with your pelvis as you're rolling it all the way down. And one more. Listen for that change. This time, inhale, arms come overhead. Feel length out through your fingertips, out through your knees. And exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way down. Inhale, arms come down by your side. Press your palms into the earth. Exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way up. Inhale, feel one line of energy out through your fingertips, out through your knees. And exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way down. Last one like this. Inhale, drop your arms. Exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way up. Inhale, arms come overhead, and we're gonna hold here. Start to bend through that right knee. Knee is gonna end up over that hip. Check in with your hips. Make sure one is not dipping lower or higher than the other. Inhale, tap that toe on the mat. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, tap, and exhale up. Really making sure you're driving through that left heel that's anchored onto the earth. Shoulders stay relaxed down your back. The added bonus of your arms overhead is going to add a little bit of instability. We have two more. And last one, lift it up and bring that foot down to meet the other. Readjust those hips, and we're going to lift through that left knee. Inhale, tap that left toe on the mat, and exhale up. Inhale, tap, exhale up. Really keep reaching through those fingertips here. And keep driving that energy through that right heel to keep both of your hips level the whole time. 3 more. And 2. Last one, lift it up. And foot comes down to meet the other. Readjust your position, take an inhale. And exhale, tuck and roll your way all the way down. Beautiful job. Inhale, arms come down by your side one final time. Exhale, tuck and roll yourself all the way up. This time we lift up through our right leg. Option to keep going through that bent knee, or we point our toe. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, flex it up. Inhale, point. Exhale, up. As you lower that leg, be mindful of those hips. It's going to want to dip down, so make sure both hips stay level. Use that core to stay lifted. 2 more. And last one, lift it up, and leg comes down to meet the other. We readjust, and we lift up through the other leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, all the way, keeping that neutral spine. So also as that leg comes up, spine is gonna wanna start to tuck. We keep it lifted and stop your body from going into a crunch. 2 more. And last one, lift it up. Foot comes down to meet the other one. Inhale, arms come overhead. And exhale, tuck and roll yourself all the way down. Okay? Give yourself a little squeeze, reset through the legs. Those glutes should be nice and warm. We're gonna go ahead and lift our body up off of the mat. So in this position, instead of going into a tucked spine, we're going to untuck that pelvis and keep your body in one straight line in a neutral spine position. Hands come behind the head, make a basket for your head here. Elbows are gonna be in the peripheral. And we're gonna start to lift both legs up at a time into tabletop. Inhale, tap the right toe down. Exhale up. Inhale, we switch. And exhale up. As you're moving through this, we're thinking more of a hinge at that hip flexor rather than a bend of the knee. And that means that we're going to keep the knees in the same angle the whole time. So really imagine like you have a knee brace on both of your knees and you can't bend and you can't straighten both of them. Driving that belly button to the back of the spine. That head also should be totally relaxed into your hands, no neck tension. We have 2 more each side. And last one. Beautiful job. This time we stay lifted. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, switch. And exhale in. Always making sure we're stopping through the center to realign our position. Being so mindful of our form here. And if our lower back starts to work here, we're just gonna lower our head and neck down to the mat. That means you're going into an arch in the spine. So really wanna protect the low back. And I promise you, you will still feel the core if your head is on the mat. We have 2 more each side. Making sure also we're keeping that foot in the same height the whole time. Beautiful, coming through center. And this time we're going to rotate over to the right. And we're gonna extend our left leg out long. And we're gonna lower and lift, lower and lift. Keep thinking like your energy is corkscrewing up out of the crown of your head, out of your tailbone, really trying not to tuck through the spine. 2 more. And last one, come through center. And we move over to the other side. Right leg goes down and up. Really isolating through the obliques in this position. And that leg doesn't even have to go all the way down to the mat. Honestly, it can be a micro movement or you can just hold. You will still feel the obliques regardless. And last one, lift it up through center and release. Hug your knees in towards your chest, rock side to side. And we're gonna move over into some side work. So roll over onto your left side. And we're gonna lay your body in one straight line. So your head is gonna use your left arm as a pillow. I have my palm facing up towards the sky. My legs are in parallel, squeezing together, and my feet are in line with my hips, with my shoulders, and with my head. Top arm comes in front for some support, but make sure you're not closing off that shoulder. Roll that shoulder down your back. Finally, you're gonna start to lift up out of that bottom oblique. So if you're not lifted, your legs are gonna be collapsed like this. Really dial that hip up so your legs are symmetrical. Take an inhale and exhale, lift those legs up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift it up. So as you're inhaling, you're feeling length out through those obliques, and as you're exhaling, the obliques zip up and lift those legs up. Really be mindful here to keep your head totally relaxed the entire time. There's no reason for it to be working. Using your breath here to power this movement. And we have 3 more. And 2. And last one, we're gonna lift it up and hold. And we lower and lift that bottom leg. So that oblique is still engaged, keeping yourself lifted here. We have 4 more, and 2, and last one, and lower yourself down. Awesome job. Start to prop yourself up now onto your bottom forearm. The elbow is gonna come right underneath that shoulder, and then the shoulder is aligned with the other shoulder, the hips, and that leg. Bottom leg comes out in front at like a soft 90-degree angle to stay supported. Top arm is just gonna come right in front. And we're gonna start to move into circles with that right leg. So in this position, again, be careful not to start to roll forward through that shoulder. Dial that shoulder back. And if your neck is maybe feeling a little bit of tension, just looking straight out in front of you, always option to turn it down at your bottom fingertips. And 3 more, and 2, and last one. And we move into the other direction. Remembering we're also lifting up out of that bottom shoulder, so a lot of people are going to try to sink into the shoulder, push that shoulder away. And 2 more, last one. Awesome. Flex through that foot, and we're going to kick that leg forward. So in this position, if we kick our leg too much forward, spine is going to start to collapse. Bring that leg down a little bit so that you don't collapse with the spine. We want a total neutral spine in this position, and we lower and lift. Exhale, up and up. You're going to get some beautiful work coming down the outside of that thigh. And we're feeling energy out through that heel. 3 more, and 2, last one. Awesome. Swing that leg behind you and take a brief stretch. And deep breath in and out. Start to lift up through your upper body here. So if we were collapsed in that stretch, start to lift up out of that shoulder, energy out through those fingertips here. So we're thinking like our body is corkscrewing in this rotation rather than crunching. Start to lift up through your arm and your leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. So in this position, we're thinking like our spine is still never collapsing. So that means that maybe that elbow and the knee are not even going to touch, because if we want them to touch, we might want to start going into a crunch. Really start to maintain that neutral spine. Dial that right pinky toe down towards the mat. We want to make sure we're not externally rotating. Keep this internal rotation the whole time. And 2 more. And last one, extends it out long. Moving into some choreography. Inhale, arm and leg come in to meet each other, and then kick your leg and open your chest towards the sky. Exhale, we're gonna undo that movement, dive forward. Inhale, open through that chest. How large can that wingspan be? Exhale, dive it down. So as you're rotating, we are thinking again, like those obliques are helping you wring out through that waistline. Never collapsing in the spine and never collapsing through that bottom shoulder blade. And 2 more. And last one. We're gonna open up through that body and we just lower and lift that leg. Arm stays super straight. Again, getting some nice work in that outer hip. 2 and 1. Close your arm and leg in, extend, and once again, pulse the back, and 3, and 2, and last one, and lower yourself all the way down. Take a stretch. Start to lift yourself up. We're gonna take a brief stretch here. Leg that was working, for me that's my right. Try to bring foot to knee. And this will already be quite a stretch because we've been working through those hips. Inhale, arms come overhead. Really try to stack your head on your shoulders, on your hips. Exhale, hinge at the hips as much as you can. Keep a flat back. And when you can't, start to curl forward, like a little spinal articulation. Take a deep breath in and out. And start to roll all the way up to seated. And we're gonna flip right over to the other side. So laying on my right side now, my body's going to be in one straight line. Head is in line with the shoulders, with the hips, with those feet. Top arm comes in front for some support. Make sure your head is resting on your bottom arm. There's no need for that neck to be working. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower, hover. Exhale, lift it up. Always working through the obliques. So you might feel inner thighs here just a little bit, which is good because we should be squeezing those legs together. But the key here is obliques are driving this movement. Don't feel like you're lifting up through those legs. It's gonna be that top oblique that's really working here to lift your legs up and lower. Exhale on the up. As you lift up, make sure don't lift up enough so you start to roll back on that hip. You're gonna have limited range of motion here. And 3 more. And 2. And last one. We stay lifted and we lower and lift that bottom leg. Exhale, exhale. Feel like your breath is powering this movement through that leg. I'm also getting a nice massage in that bottom hip. And 3, and 2, last one, and release, okay? Start to prop yourself all the way up onto your bottom forearm. Forearms is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Elbow comes under the shoulder. And once again, head to toe, our bodies in one straight line. Top arm comes in front just for a little bit of support. I like to be on my fingertips. Start to lift through that left leg and move into circles. So a lot of our hips are very tight. We sit all day, sit cross-legged. We always walk, in one parallel line. So our hips are gonna be tight and our glutes are gonna try to take over this movement. Try to actually let your foot dangle here. If you start to feel some hip gripping, it really helps to release. And then we switch sides. I talk too much. Start to move over to the other side. Gaze remains straight ahead or always down at your fingertips. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Lift it up, flex through that heel. Kick that leg forward. Make sure you're not in that tuck. Really drive that tailbone out. And we lower and lift. Lower and lift. Working the outside of that leg. Shoulder is always engaged here, pushing the floor away. And 3 more. Last one. And you can kick that leg back. Take this rotation. Take a deep breath in and out. We start to lift ourselves all the way up, keeping this rotation the entire time. Start to lift up through that arm and leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, we bring elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. So if we're keeping our spine super straight and we're keeping that left leg in parallel to the mat, our body should not be moving at all. So what we see sometimes is that as you extend, maybe your upper body dives, and as you bring it in, your upper body moves a little bit back. Really try to keep the integrity of that neutral spine. So if that means that the elbow doesn't touch the knee, that's what it means. Neck is totally relaxed here. And 2. And last one. Extend it out long. Inhale, bring elbow to knee, and then kick open through your arm and leg. Exhale, unravel, dive it down. Inhale, open it up. Exhale down. Use your breath here to power this movement. So inhale, we think lengthen, open chest. As we exhale, we rotate down, dial the energy out of those hands. Inhale here, and exhale. Keeping that neutral spine. That head is just along for the ride, so no reason to turn it or anything. We have 2 more. On this last one, open it out. We lower and lift that top leg. Just 3, 2, 1. Bring it in and rotate down. And we lower and lift that leg again. Keep this rotation. 2 more. Last one. And you can lower yourself down to the mat. Beautiful job. Start to lift all the way up, and we take that beautiful stretch here to release through the hip. Try to bring foot to knee as much as possible. And we sit up straight. So I'm already feeling a stretch here because I'm not collapsed in my spine. I'm really trying to drive my sit bones into the mat. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, flat back as long as you can, and then curl yourself forward into this gorgeous stretch. Taking a deep breath in and out. Start to roll yourself all the way up. And we're gonna move over, bending class with some work on the belly, working the backside of the body. We work the core, we work the front. Now we're gonna start facing towards the mat. Legs hip width distance apart. Keep them in parallel. Arms come down by your side. Press your palms into your thighs and roll your shoulder blades down your back. Now start to elevate your head so there's like a marble-sized distance between your nose and the mat. Your gaze will stay here the entire time. Inhale, start to roll that marble up off of the mat, lift up through your thoracic spine, and then exhale, lower down. So you should definitely feel this in your triceps because you're squeezing them against your thighs. And your neck is totally relaxed here. So people really like to lift your head up. Try to maintain your gaze down to keep that neck so relaxed. Really bias that posterior tilt. Drive your pelvis into the mat so that your lower abdominals are powering this movement. 3 more. And 2. Last 1. And lower it down. Arms are gonna come out in front of you. We're gonna move into some swimming. So gaze again remains all the way down at the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna lift all the way up into this position. And we're gonna inhale on a count of 5 and exhale on a count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Remember the core. 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And melt it down. Whew, awesome. Love getting the heart rate up with that one. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And we start to push ourselves back into a child's pose. Just staying for 1 breath before we end with a little bit of arms. Just take an inhale and take an exhale. Connect through your feet and start to roll yourself all the way forward into this modified plank position. So make sure your hips are forward, but you're not in that arch. Keep that neutral pelvis. Start to bend your elbows in towards your body. Roll yourself down. Open through your chest. So same movement we were doing before where we engage the lower abdominals and open through that chest. Hands come down and then lift it up and we roll it back. Inhale, start to roll yourself forward. Really nice spinal articulation. Exhale down. Inhale, open. And then exhale, lifting it all the way up to seated. Inhale, rolling yourself forward. I'm gonna move forward on my mat. Exhale down. Inhale, open. And then exhale, take it home. So using our body here and using our breath to really engage in these tricep push-ups. Use your inhale to open up through that chest to get a really nice stretch through your chest, through your arms. And just 2 more. So just ending class with a little bit of arms, but also this beautiful moving stretch. And last one, roll it forward and down. Exhale up and sit yourself all the way back. Carefully we roll back onto our knees. And that is our full body mat class. Thank you all for joining.